to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
Look at that. You didn't steal my thunder this morning.
There's no thunder to steal.
Of course there is. I'm very thunderous. There's a lot of thunder coming out of me.
Okay.
So, welcome to the show. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you being here. And we got some things on the list that is not on the screen yet. But I am making a promise. All right, I want everyone to check back with me or this show on Monday. The screens on this show will look different on Monday.
When are you going to do that?
I got some time. I got time on Friday. I got time on Saturday. I got time on Sunday and today. I'm gonna just put my head down and knock it all out.
It is going to snow this weekend, which means stay inside and be warm.
Are we actually getting like real snow in Seattle?
I have been tracking it like a maniac.
And Carla Marie, now normally Carla Marie does like tracking weather, but I would say that you're more interested because tomorrow you're going to be hosting an event outside.
It's gone.
No snow?
No snow.
Why are you upset about that?
I wanted to see some. It was going to be like an inch. It would have been so pretty. Now this whole thing I got to do today is pointless.
What thing?
We'll get to it on the list. Although I guess not pointless.
Well, why don't we just get to it now? Instead of you just staring at your app.
And where did the cold weather? Well, I guess it's still 17 degrees on Saturday.
That is very, very cold. 17 degrees is cold no matter where you are. Except for Jess in Minnesota, who's probably dealing with like 2.
Yeah.
I have no idea what. Oh, there is. Let's see. Should we do a weather check?
I did that on my Instagram the other day. It was fun.
I don't follow you. All right, what do we have on the list, Carla Marie?
Okay, pants or jacket, coaches, and Cat Hut construction.
Okay, I feel like pants or jacket should be pretty quick, so let's just jump into that.
If you were getting dressed completely naked,
okay,
would you put on your pants or your jacket first?
Your pants.
So I thought.
Oh, were you at the gym? Yeah. Oh, well, at the gym, for some reason, I am convinced that gym locker rooms, you walk in and your brain goes in reverse. I think everyone starts, because it's like the Donald Duck effect in the men's locker room.
It was, I don't even want to say an older woman. She was older than me, but not like, I don't know, she's in her 40s. So she's not, it's not like you, because you talk about the old guys at the gym that are naked all the time. Was not that. And I walk in, and at first I didn't think she had on underwear, but I think they were just like the same color as her skin.
Okay.
So, nope.
What do we call those these days?
Skin tone?
Wasn't it used to be called nude, but like that color was.
Well, because that was a color, but nude isn't a color. If everyone's nude, it's different.
Yeah.
So it was matched her skin tone.
Okay.
And then, to be fair, it wasn't like a puffy winter coat. It was a windbreaker, but it didn't matter. Like,
no, it doesn't matter.
I just saw a woman standing there with no pants and a jacket on. I did a double take, and I was like, I got nothing.
I'm glad to hear that the women's bathroom is as silly as the men's bathroom.
There was someone, and I don't think it was their bare butt. I think they had a towel underneath, but they were sitting on like the bench, which is like wide. The benches are pretty big. And I had my Stanley, and I went to go put it down as I went to put stuff in the locker room, and I was like, whoop, not putting this straw next to your butthole.
Yeah. That could turn out poorly if they get up and sit down again. Whoop. Right up there.
I mean, I don't spend as much time in that locker room as you, and I have seen some things.
Do women walk around as freely in the women's locker room as the men do? Because like there are older guys in the gym who I swear they have like this walk, this gait to their walk. It's like they're strutting down a WWE ramp. Like they're so proud.
I saw a woman
just walking around naked.
Woman yesterday who walked out of the shower.
Yeah. Completely
naked. She had a towel with her, but it wasn't on her body, and she was young. And like it's, you know when it's weird, because I was in full clothes and I was in my sneakers and I was walking out into the gym, and she just
wait till one day for some reason you're going to be ready. You're either going to be getting to the gym or getting ready to leave, right? So you're going to be fully clothed, backpack on, whatever. And someone is going to stop you to ask you a question or comment on something or say hello, and they're going to be fully naked. And that is without a doubt one of the weirdest interactions when you are fully clothed,
Yes.
like shoes, hat, all of it, and there's just a naked person talking to you like they're not naked.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. And maybe listen,
couldn't
we've
do it.
talked about this. I'm essentially a never nude. Right? Like I don't like hanging out naked at all. But maybe I'm just more prude and I grew up in like a different environment. But these people,
Which is different, which is weird because I feel like women are more likely, like when we're around our friends, we're just getting dressed, getting naked.
Yeah.
Like it's never, but then when it comes to strangers, which actually makes sense, we're more reserved, but men aren't. Makes no sense.
I don't know. And granted, people grow up like in locker room culture depending on your sport. Like I never did that. Even when I started playing football my senior year of high school, it's not like we would just get
You
changed
didn't
and go
like whip
home.
towels with each other?
No, I don't. I honestly don't remember anyone in my high school using the shower. There were showers.
Yeah, we didn't use the showers either.
No one used it. So
Ever.
you just put on. You just
It's where kids would go to smoke.
in the shower. We had an
Because it was
area.
like a big, it was creepy. Like no one liked going back there. It
What
was
was
one
it?
big open room.
Yeah, same. And that's the same shower situation we had in college, which I did use every now and then, but I used it like real quick.
I didn't even think the water turned on.
I mean, I'm sure it had to.
No,
Then why was it there?
because it was built in the,
Yeah, but do you think they just like shut off the water to the showers?
yeah.
Maybe. Did you have a non-shower smoking area near your school? Like we had what we called the rat hole. Did you guys have anything like that?
No.
So
I
the
don't.
rat hole was an area outside of Ridgewood High School. We used to have like a creek that kind of was the border of our high school, and you
Okay.
would go over this little footbridge over the creek, and that would get you to like the neighborhood.
Seems like
park.
a lot of work to go smoking.
It was, I don't know, probably like if you were leaving from that closest exit,
I think.
probably a football field's length from the exit to where you would smoke. So you walk down this little ramp, you go over the footbridge, and then there was like a little tiny wooded area before you got to the street where all the houses were, and that's where all the kids would smoke.
I'm
It
going to
was
make
called the rat hole.
a bold statement
Mhm.
because we know now less and less teens are smoking,
Yeah,
which is great. They're vaping.
yeah,
But
not great.
at least with smoking, they had to be around a group of, like, you would go with the group and you'd be outside. Like, vaping, they're just, like, in the hallway sneaking it or in the back,
Yeah.
like, because there's no smell. It's a loner thing where at least, like,
But I
that
think I think we see it as adults. I think, like, my brother can take a hit of his vape, like, by himself. But I think if you're in high school, and again, we are not condoning this
No, don't
because
do
you
it.
shouldn't. No one should be vaping or smoking at the end of the day, regardless of your age. But if you are,
facts.
I think when you're in high school, it's still a social thing. I think you're still doing it because of some form of
No.
groupthink or
I'm
peer
not
pressure.
saying, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying at least those people had to converse like humans around one another because they were in the same, whatever your shared thing is.
Yeah.
It was a human interaction. This does not need to be when you vape.
Let's see. Oh, I miss the social aspect of smoking is actually a thing, according to my brother. Like people
Well, I
miss the
don't
fact
miss-
that you would, because there were like, if you
I mean,
think
you
about
would
it,
get your breaks during the day.
and when more people were smoking, even outside of high school in the adult world, when more people were smoking, there would normally be a spot that everyone went to in your office building,
Yeah.
right? Or if you were working in a restaurant, everyone kind of knew where that spot was, and that's where you would hang out.
Have you ever pulled up to a hospital and seen the smoking area and then you're like, well, one, this is the hospital. This is weird. Two, why are there nurses out there smoking?
Yeah.
Or doctors,
Listen.
people in scrubs?
Everyone's got their vice.
Well, it shouldn't be that.
I don't know if there's a viceless person. Everyone has their vice, their thing, their whatever it is. It doesn't have to be smoking. It doesn't have to be drinking. It
Cat-
could be
It's mine, cats.
no. What would your vice be?
I don't even I need a list to pick from. I don't have one. So you can't say everyone's got their vice.
I think everyone's got a vice.
Well, you can't say that and then you're like, nah, you don't have one.
Well, you have to define it yourself. I'm not going to define it for you. I mean, you don't really drink that much anymore.
No.
But I don't know. Oh, coffee and cookies are my vice, says Lisa. And that's true. Anything can be a vice. Right? If you prioritize anything more than it should be, or more than other things in your life, and it becomes not dangerous, but a detriment, it's a vice.
My cats.
Yeah, that could. I mean, I don't think that counts, but
Rain said, y'all, quitting nicotine is so difficult. It's about day 7 sober for me, and I respect all those who can do it.
Well done, Rain.
I know you can do this.
1 week is pretty good.
Yeah.
And this is where you get to start stringing them together, right? Like, you start stringing together longer periods of time. When you're less than a week, it's less than a week. You're like, oh my God, I'm at day 5. I'm at day 6. Now you've got to get to 2 weeks.
No, 10 days.
You've already done 1 week. May as well do 2. Not 1.3.
Rain, no pressure, but everyone in here is counting on you now. So
we're not counting on you. We are proud of you for your 1 week.
But now we're counting on you to continue.
No, Rain should have to count on Rain.
Okay. And Rain is counting on Rain.
All right, what else do we have on the list, Carla Marie, outside of pants or jacket?
Oh, speaking of pants, do you like my outfit? I'm in my latte girl era.
Yes. they
latte
look good.
girl is girlies, if you will, who wear neutral colors.
Why are they latte girls?
Because the
I feel like neutral colors have been a thing for a long time.
I know. That's just what TikTok is calling it.
Okay. Well, congratulations on your latte,
Thanks.
even though you're allergic.
It's cool. They're rentals, but wait, they have.
You want me to zoom out for you? I know you got a racing stripe.
You could wear any color. You could wear navy, white, burgundy.
This is fascinating.
I know.
Thank you.
Fashion with Carla Marie.
All right, what else is on the list, Carla Marie?
Okay. Coaches.
Oh man, we got even more. So on today's episode of the Morning Show podcast, we talked about how Nick Saban is out at Alabama, Pete Carroll is out here in Seattle, not at Seattle. But Bill Belichick is apparently out at New England.
Which we knew was coming.
Yeah, but I feel like, these are the 3 longest tenured coaches I can think of. I know Bill Belichick is the longest tenured coach.
24 years it was?
I know I was about to call him Pete Saban. Pete Carroll is also up there. 14 years. And Nick Saban was 2007 to now is what? Another 14.
What year is
Why
it?
can't I do that?
2024, 17.
There you go. And the Nick Saban one makes me sad. And it goes back to something I said a while ago. When DMX passed away, I had told you that I missed one of his shows kind of recently in Seattle, and I was really bummed out because he was one of the artists I wanted to see live, and I prioritized work over going to see that show, and I missed it. And that was back when we were on the radio. Mm-hmm. And I kept saying, now I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to go to the show. When it's in town, even if I'm tired, whatever, go to the show. You never know when it's going to be your last opportunity. And for years, I've wanted to go to an Alabama game because I wanted to see Nick Saban do his thing.
But you wouldn't see
in Alabama.
him.
No, I wouldn't. But I wouldn't hang out with DMX either. I'd be closer.
Going to the show.
Yeah.
Like watching Nick's, it's different. It's not like he's playing.
No, but he's doing his job.
Okay, so did you go?
I didn't. And granted, it's a little different because it's not like I had the opportunity to go and I turned it down. And getting to Tuscaloosa from Seattle is not like it's not an easy thing.
No.
But now I'm never going to have that opportunity to go see Nick Saban coach at Alabama.
What if he does come coach in Seattle?
I don't think they're going to get rid of one 72-year-old coach
to hire
another. I think they're both 72.
Oh, they are both 72.
Right?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah. Wait, what are you doing down there?
They're both 72. Bill Belichick is in his 60s.
But he's right up there. I think he's like 68 or 69 or something.
Did I have inside info that Pete Carroll was retiring?
Oh yeah, did you?
I did not.
What was like? You talked to some of the employees. What was the general consensus? Were people shocked?
So right when it happened, I texted my friend Madeline, who is like in charge of the social department.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, what the hell? She's like, it's sad because everyone loves. It's like your favorite teacher retiring that you just get to be with. Always, not just when you're in school.
And not only, he's successful, obviously, right? He's won a Super Bowl here. He's been to the playoffs 10 times. He's been to another Super Bowl. But I think it's more, he was that successful and that kind, right? He was equal parts successful and kind.
Like, such a fun dude. He didn't have an ego. Mm-hmm. Like, he really was, it really did make the team feel like a family. Because I was like, I can't ever picture Pete being, like, mad. Yeah. Like, he wasn't that kind of coach. He wasn't like, what's his name? the douche in Philly who's like, "Fuck you, Chiefs fans."
Oh,
or whatever.
Sirianni.
I can't like
Yes,
that.
can't stand that guy.
It's just it couldn't be more opposite than that. Sorry, Philly fans. That's your guy.
I love Jalen Hurts. Just hate Nick Sirianni.
So he's just like a genuinely good dude. He's a grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at him. So everyone was very sad because they love him. So I texted Madeline. She's like sad. And then I was like, is it chaos for you right now? She's like, it is so crazy, but it'll be fun. Because then it went into just getting, like, if you look, there's like 9 posts dedicated to Pete right now.
They did a good job very quickly.
As of yesterday at 11 a.m., none of that existed. So they had to now go put all these videos together, which I'm sure there is a collection of at some point.
Yeah.
But I didn't fully ask because I was like, I'm not going to bother her today.
And, well, thankfully, the season's over, too.
Yeah, so it's not like they were.
It's not like they were preparing for a game or trying to do recaps of last week's game or
whatever. But they were probably like, oh, we have time to relax.
Yeah, they probably did think it was going to be a nice, calm day at the end of the season.
But it's a whole nother world that now we think about, but also don't, of like these social media managers now. I mean, the amount of effort they had to put into it. Where I looked was really just Instagram. I mean, I'm not even thinking about Twitter and Facebook and what they put on TikTok.
I think in those departments now, with specifically sports teams, social, or any big company in social media, their social media managers, I think when they started, no one really knew what that job was. And now it's a very specific thing. Like, there are best practices and whatnot. And I think it's probably something we can take a lesson from. It's about being organized, right? If you know where all of your Pete Carroll pictures are and they're dated properly or tagged properly, you could knock that stuff out in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It still takes time, and I'm not saying it's an easy job by any means, because the organizational part is the part that everyone hates. But it makes more sense when you realize like they have a system in place. They know where everything is. There's probably shared cloud storage and whatnot that they have down to a science. And that team's worked together for, I mean, I know what?
Madeline just got promoted because Brandon left.
Yeah, but she's been there. What I'm saying is that team's
she's been there for probably 4 years.
Yeah. So
but she's got all new people around her, which is crazy.
And then Bill Belichick, it's kind of crazy that all 3 of these coaches, I mean, almost 2 decades for some of them, over a decade for all of them. I feel like it's the end of an era in football. And the cool thing about Seattle is that we're now like at the, or the Pacific Northwest, I should say, we are now the epicenter for all these like coaching changes, because the Oregon head coach and the Washington head coach are 2 of the top candidates for basically all of the coaching jobs.
I think it's
kind of wild.
I think it'll happen where the UW coach comes to the Seahawks. Makes sense.
It's interesting. The UW thing is interesting because it's not a team that's always good. Whereas Oregon, for example, Oregon's always going to have the money and the recruits and whatnot.
But that doesn't mean he's good.
What do you mean?
Because they got the Nike money.
No,
sorry, they're talking about the coach.
Well, I'm talking about the coaches, right? So Oregon's always going to be able to kind of like reload with really great recruits, and they always have the money.
Okay.
Washington's a little different. And I know the interesting thing that we're going to see with Kalen DeBoer, who's the Washington head coach, is he's losing almost every one of his superstars.
So I'm confused what you're saying as to why he can't.
I think there's a likely shot that he is going to leave.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Because all of his good players are leaving. I just don't think he's going to go to the pros. I think he will take one of possibly the Alabama job, even though he's not like an SEC guy. Or I think Washington is going to figure out a way to talk to like Adidas or one of their sponsors, and they are going to get way more money for him.
Well,
like millions and millions of dollars more.
I'm pushing for the Seahawks to get Mike McDaniel.
I mean, that's just
He's
not
going to leave Miami.
He's not going to leave Miami.
I'm going to tell him. It's the same thing here.
I love Seattle. Okay? I love this city. I think it's the greatest summer city in America. Mm-hmm. But think about it. He would have to be here not during the summer. He'd have to be here during the worst part of being in Seattle, whereas he's getting paid millions of dollars to live in Miami. I would take that money. But I would have so
much fun with him. We'd be best friends.
Chris, I also don't necessarily see Alabama hiring a West Coast coach. Dan Lanning, and this is a lot of like, I know we don't talk sports this much on the show.
Sports with a Z.
But Dan Lanning was I think, a graduate assistant at Alabama or something like that.
And where's he now?
Years ago. He's now the Oregon coach. Another big name.
Okay.
And rumors were that they flew him to Alabama already yesterday. That seems kind of quick.
Seems a little sus.
Considering everyone was very surprised that Nick Saban stepped down.
Yeah.
But those things happen quick, and those boosters have a lot of money. And they got private planes, and they fly people back and forth all the time. So it'll be interesting. It's nice to see the Pacific Northwest getting some attention, though.
I know. I don't like it, actually. I'll be honest. I like being here in our little nook. No one knowing about us. I get it now. Like, when we moved here, people would, like, kind of say that to us. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, no one knows anything about this place. And now I'm like, leave us alone. My mom's calling me, telling me what the weather's going to be. She knew it was going to snow here before I did. And that was like 2 weeks ago.
Why is your mother watching the...
I guess it was on probably World News Tonight with David Muir. And
do they do full weather reports?
Well, if it's going to be what the hell has been happening this week, where the whole country, except for North Dakota, has some sort of severe weather warning. And she called me literally like last Thursday and was like, Seattle's going to get snow. I was like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? She's like, yeah, Seattle's getting snow. Right, babe? And turns to my dad. He's like, yep, Seattle's getting snow. And I look, and I was like, I don't see snow. And then literally the next day, it just had snow on the whole forecast.
Yeah. A lot of people feel the same way you and Ara do, Carla Marie. Seattle's getting too popular now.
Yeah, take me back to 90s grunge.
Here's the thing. I'm sure when we moved here, people were like, oh, even more stupid idiots moving to Seattle.
Yeah.
Which now, think about this. This is going to blow your mind. We are less than a month away from celebrating our 8th anniversary here in Seattle.
So February 5th was the day we got in our U-Haul and drove, and February 10th was the day we
got
parked
here.
It.
And we've been here ever since.
What are we going to do? Move?
Yeah, I guess we got to find another place. Is it every 7 years or every 8 years, like, your life changes? What is it, 7? Oh, so we should have left last year.
Well, we did change.
What did we change?
The studio.
Yeah, but that's not that.
The taste buds is 7 years. I don't know about life.
There's some sort of thing. Oh, man.
Allergies are every 4.
I think it's every 8 years, actually. There's like some like crazy thing that's supposed to change in your life. I don't know.
Are you into crystals these days?
Yeah, I love crystals. I charged them all up. We had a full moon. Did we? When was the last full moon?
Oh, are you thinking of the 7-year itch, Jules? You're right.
No, not thinking about that. There was something. I've got to go back. This is going to sound, I am, I guess, name dropping in a scenario. I was doing an interview with Tori Kelly, and at the time, Scooter Braun was her manager. And he was in the room with us, and it was right before my 30th birthday, and our friend Joe, who was the record rep.
Every 7 years.
Had mentioned it was my birthday. They asked, and blah, blah, blah. And Scooter was in the corner and gave me this whole pep talk about how 30 like kicks off this new cycle of your life, and then every 8 years.
But also 30 is not evenly divided by 7.
I don't know. I said 8, but.
Or 8. Either way.
Yeah, I don't know.
So anyway, the 7-year cycles are more than just checkpoints in our life.
Okay.
As they also represent the profound changes that happen in our body, mind, and spirit. Each of them brings a wave of change that challenges us, helps us find our own identity, develop both physically and mentally. That is from witty.tech. What happens every 7 years in life? We begin to let go of our physical bodies and prepare for the next stage of our journey. So what did we do last year?
I don't know. I guess this new studio.
LinkedIn article, 70% of people experience major life change every 7 years.
So we need to change it. We're a year delayed.
We literally built a whole space.
We did. And actually, the podcast signed to a company. We built this space.
Literally, and yeah.
So I guess that all works out.
No one says it got to be shake it up completely.
I think we shook it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But what else is on the list, Carla Marie?
Cat hut construction.
Explain this.
Okay. You can't make photos on the screen?
I'll try it. It wasn't working the other day.
Just so I can show what I'm talking about. Because I think that would be very helpful. Anyway,
see if I can
while Anthony's doing that, I think we should have a 8-year celebration party for February 10th.
Okay. Oh, here, hold on. Well, you keep talking.
We moved here that close to Valentine's Day?
Yes.
What a time.
First. Now I can do this. And now I can go here.
like every time this part of the year rolls around, I start getting like, not PTSD, because it wasn't PTSD, but like flashbacks to that time when we moved and getting ready at Elvis' show and our going away parties and crying all the time, but being excited. Like,
Yeah, it's not working for some reason.
okay. So anyway, Scotty said like a Taco Bell Pizza Hut. Oh, no. Okay. Cat Hut construction.
Okay.
Not like Taco Bell Pizza Hut. So as the weather gets cold, there are some things you can do for your local outdoor cats or stray cats, not necessarily cats that have a home and just like to leave it. These outdoor cats. And with the snow coming and the freezing temperatures coming, I was like, I don't know, I feel bad about all these cats. And then on our outdoor camera, I've been finding this cat that every other night, basically like 2 a.m., comes into our yard, looks around, and leaves.
Okay.
So he must know, come here, you will be protected.
Okay.
Young Jedi.
This isn't the cat that we found and had
I
to
don't
return
think
to
it's
the
spotted.
owner, right?
No, it actually looks like Max.
Okay.
From I don't know what color it actually is, but it looks like Max. So
Why do you know? You just didn't see it on the camera?
it's black and white for some reason at night.
Okay.
Night vision.
Gotcha.
Oh no, I did see it in the front of the house one day running.
And it is?
Is orange.
Oh, okay.
So it's not the ASPCA, but something along those lines. Shows you all the instructions to build a cat hut for your stray cat. And then I talked to our friend at Motley Zoo, and she was like, yep, this is great. If you do it, put a camera inside. I'm very curious. And I was like, okay. So you start with like one of those styrofoam coolers. And I looked on Facebook Marketplace and couldn't really find one. And then I picked one up from someone that's super tiny, so it's not good. Because I didn't want to buy more styrofoam.
Of course, yeah.
Ended up having to buy it. Gets delivered today from Walmart.
It's not there yet. It will be delivered
It's
today.
delivered
Okay.
today. And you cut a hole in it.
Okay.
It's got to be cat size, not raccoon
So
size.
what is a cat size hole? Yeah, how do we make sure
5.5
it's not
to
just
6.
like a mouse house?
Well, we do have a mouse in our yard too.
Well, I guess if the cat gets there first,
Correct.
then the mouse won't be there for long.
No, that'll be a very shitty scene to deal with if that cat gets in there when the mouse is in there. So you glue the top down, but you cut a hole 5.5 to 6 inches so the cat can get in.
Okay.
But I have to get contact paper basically to put on the bottom so they don't scratch at it.
Okay.
And then I have to get straw, not hay. There's a difference. Did my research.
I didn't even know that.
From Petco. And you put it in the bottom because that actually helps repel moisture, keep it super warm.
Okay.
And you got to drill a hole in the bottom for drainage in case it does get wet inside.
Okay.
And then you put it on 2 different height, like anything but like 2x4s or whatever, so that it can drain a little bit.
Oh, okay. So it slopes down to the front.
And you want to keep it off the ground so it's warmer.
Okay.
So all of that will be happening today.
You're going to do all of that today. Where are you going to get straw?
Petco.
They have straw?
For rabbits.
Is that hay or straw?
It's straw.
Okay. Where are you going to get do we have 2x4s?
Well, no, I'm just going to use something we got laying around,
Okay.
I think.
I'm sure there's bricks or something we can find.
Yeah.
So this is like a just full styrofoam house for a cat.
Yes.
Can multiple cats be in there?
Yes, multiple cats can go in there. I think at least, probably 50 cats can fit in there the way that they are.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe he'll tell his friends to come.
And throw a party.
Let me show you.
Jules is asking if you can record this, Carla Marie.
Building it, that is the plan.
So the cat house, and then it just stays there forever? Because I feel like even once it gets warm out, if the cat makes that its home, that's going to be the cat's home for good.
Well, we're going to have to figure that out.
And then are we supposed to feed the cat?
This might be just a winter house situation. Oh, well, I will be putting food in there. What if he's hungry?
Like dry food or what? Because if you put food in there, there's definitely going to be mice in there.
We
do live in a city.
I don't know what to do about the mouse because he comes on the nights that the cat doesn't come, and I think the cat is just chasing the mouse.
But what are the chances this cat is someone's indoor-outdoor cat, and they're just making their rounds every day?
Well, then if he's cold, he has somewhere to go. He's not going to want to live in there if he has an actual house. That's what it looks like.
That's actually pretty cute.
That's a lot of straw, I guess.
Are you going to paint it?
No.
It's just going to be white like that?
I'm not putting it in the front of the house.
I feel like you should, jazz it up a little bit. Call your mom, see what kind of jewels you're supposed to put on there.
I got some.
Maybe
gems.
make it chrome. I don't know.
So,
Plus, the paint will keep it it'll add like a little extra layer of insulation, even though it's literally just insulation.
And I was thinking though, because I obviously have to like secure the top down for wind and then whatever. But
You just tape that, right?
that's what I was thinking, because I don't want to glue it, because I want to be able to, if I need to clean it or whatever, I don't want to be.
Oh, that's gonna be stinky.
Oh,
they don't poop in there, right? Because they don't like pooping where they are.
No. Hold on.
So where's this cat gonna poop?
Wherever it normally poops. It's not moving in with us.
Yeah, but now that it like is gonna hang out with us more often,
it won't poop in our yard. It won't poop.
We're gonna have cat poop everywhere.
Contact paper. I gotta forget that. Well, what kind of tape do we use to secure it down? Do we have Gorilla Tape?
Yeah, I think so.
That's not gonna look cute.
Well, you could get whenever you're buying the contact paper, you could get like duct tape makes like the patterns.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Just get one of those. Yeah. Those are fun.
We don't even have bushes.
Good question, Claire in Olympia. Where are we putting it?
In the backyard, like the area that at least I can see where it goes, which is near, in between your bike and
because we got cameras. Don't try us.
In between your bike and the grill. So I also feel it's kind of protected from the elements a little bit there. It sniffs around your bike every night, which is where Max goes when she's outside. So it's probably sniffing. Well, but now this makes so much sense why the cats are losing their minds to go outside. They see that squirrel that has tortured them every day since I've moved in. They must know that there's a mouse out there. They smell him. Of course they smell him. And then they smell this little other guy. Yeah,
it's interesting having the camera there now, which we've had for a little bit. And now you realize like why the cats do certain things, because they'll just randomly like sprint to the window or sprint from one window to another or scream by the back door. And now we're realizing it's because they know that there are animals out there just cruising and they want to go kill them. What would happen if one of our cats met that cat outside?
There'd be a cat fight.
You think they'd actually like go at it, or would they just chase her off or him off?
Well, I don't know, because there wouldn't be a cat fight when we foster. There's no like, they're not immediately like attacking. They're always
they want to.
But I think the outdoor cat is probably more prone to fighting than our indoor wimps.
Am I going to get rabies?
No, we've discussed this. It's not really that common.
Okay.
Tetanus. Do you have
from a cat?
Yeah. Do you have Tdap? You do have your Tdap. You got it before baby Michael, who's now 3, was born.
I did?
Yes. In the last 10 years.
Why did I do that?
Because you're not supposed to be around babies without having that.
Wait a second. That's a great hack. When someone says, hey, do you want to come meet my baby? You can say, I don't have the DAP.
Tdap.
Like, I don't have,
Tetanus,
the DAP. Tdap.
Diphtheria.
And then you just go, can't touch your baby.
Pneumonia. I don't know.
Can't touch the babes. No DAP. Sorry.
Oh, you can get cat scratch fever and die.
The hell's cat scratch fever?
I don't know.
Is that a song?
From the 60s?
Yeah.
By Tom Jones?
Cat fights are crazy. I watched my neighbor cat beat the crap out of another outdoor cat, says Claire.
Oh, it's treatable by a medical professional.
My cousins, growing up when I was in Jersey, they lived in a town called Westwood. If you're familiar with Jersey, you know where Westwood is. And they had this huge property in Westwood, pretty close to the Westwood High School. And they had woods behind their house. And I'm not talking about just like a couple of trees. They had like what seemed at least when we were kids, like miles of woods. And we'd go get lost in there all the time. I remember there was someone abandoned a Jeep back there. So we'd go like, that was our hangout spot. It was in this rusty old Jeep.
So that was clearly used in a murder.
Maybe. But they had a cat named Felix. Tuxedo cat. That's the black and white one, right? It's Tuxedo. And Felix was a house cat at first. And then one day we were having a birthday party for, I think, my cousin Alex. And Felix got out and was gone for like hours. And it was a very sad day. No one knew what was going to happen. Later on in the night, Felix just came back.
As they do, often.
As they normally do. And they started realizing, oh, well, Felix can go in and out.
Nope, don't like it.
The amount of animals that Felix brought back from the forest. Like, now that I'm an adult, I think I'm like, that was terrible. the ecological impact.
Cats are the problem when it comes to birds. Like, the main problem, which
birds, rodents,
which is why you need to spay and neuter your pets and keep your cats indoors, not only for their own safety, but for our ecosystem.
Well, Felix came back with with mice, raccoons, squirrels,
But I do
birds,
feel bad, like
a dog's ear one time.
No.
The neighbor had a dog, and the dog, I guess, tried to attack Felix, and Felix said, "Nope,"
and he brought it back.
like a little piece, not like a full ear.
Okay.
But that dog later, after that fight, when Felix was out, would run inside because of Felix.
Felix Dahmer, Nick.
Yeah, Felix was. They had essentially a dead animal bucket at one point.
I don't like that.
But it wasn't, from what I remember, it wasn't multiple animals a day. It was like Felix bringing home a treat for his parents.
Well, that's exactly what
every
it is.
day.
Because the idea is that your cat thinks you're so dumb that you can't fend for yourself, and they want to protect you. That's why when they're like, our cats are screaming with their mouse toy, they come and give it to me, and they literally give it to me. Yeah. Drop it. I'm like, thank you. I make sure I let them know I appreciate their assistance.
Do you write in your gratitude journal?
I do. I tell them I'm very thankful for you. They know.
But it's crazy. And I think that maybe that's what that cat is. And we shouldn't be inviting him.
He's very skinny.
When would you have to call, like, not animal control, but like a shelter or something to come, like, take him in?
What do you mean when?
Like, if a cat starts living in that house, it's clearly a homeless cat.
So
would you call someone and say, "Hey, we have this stray cat. Come take it"?
Yeah, I mean, that's how we got our cats. Someone else did that.
Who do you call? Ghostbusters first, and then
I would call Motley Zoo, but probably Seattle Humane.
And they just come and take it.
No, they don't come and take it. You have to bring it to them.
Okay. So then you plug up the hole in the cat house.
I just say, "Come here."
You're gonna touch him?
I was gonna name him Ralph.
But you would just like handle. I guess we did handle a stray cat, and we brought him into the house.
Like,
I don't know. Don't they have like fleas?
They might.
I don't want fleas. I'm too hairy. Like, you're lucky.
What do you mean?
You have hair on your head. It's different. You don't have arm hair to get fleas. I don't need to be at the gym scratching because of my fleas.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna eventually have a cat housing development.
That's not what he said.
I know. I just said we are going to. At what point does this cat hut become like a duplex, a multi-family cat house? What if it has kittens and it brings a bunch of kittens over?
Well, then we're definitely calling Seattle Feline. Or no, Seattle Humane Society.
The Human Society.
The Human Society.
They pick up humans. The Cat Society to pick up cats.
Seattle Humane.
I do want you to talk about what you're doing tomorrow with the Seahawks, because I feel like there's a lot of people here in Seattle that would like to do that. We also have to talk about the
any more spots?
The screening yesterday.
Okay, talk about the screening first.
So yesterday we got to do a virtual screening for a movie called Role Play with Kaylee Cuoco. Cuoco? Or Cuoco?
Kaylee Cuoco.
Cuoco.
That's how I say it. Cuoco.
It was interesting. It's like a spy type of movie, I guess. The premise is that Kaylee Cuoco has this double life. And that's all I'll say in the beginning. You get that very quickly. But in the beginning, I was like, man, there are too many of these, like, very, I don't know, like the spy tropes, right? Like, there were lines that you hear in every kind of, like, budget spy movie. But it grew on me. And after the first, I'd say 20 minutes, I started really liking it. And I thought it was also the perfect time. It was like 90 minutes of a movie.
Yeah.
So that was great. And I think it moved very quickly, too.
I liked a lot of, like, I was putting myself in the what would I do on either side of their relationship in that
I'd be out.
situation.
I would be out. Psh, see you later. What did everyone think? Yeah, there were a lot of cliches early on in the movie, but it changed and got good. But what did everyone think that actually was able to watch the movie? I don't know if anyone's in here. Yeah, there we go. Claire, it's cute. I liked that it was only 90 minutes.
Me too. Give me more short movies.
Are you like me where when you're scrolling through Netflix or something to watch, you look at the runtime and you just go, nope, I don't have 2.5 hours, or I don't have 2 hours.
I think really sucks for like directors, movie studios, actors at this point, because when there's a movie that's coming out, no matter how long it is, if it's in theaters and you want to see it, you're going to go see it. But when you're sitting on your couch and it's a made-for Netflix movie or whatever it is, you're like, nah, not going to do it right now. And you kind of just pass it up just based off the time. Nothing else.
What was that one movie? Was it Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro?
Oh, yeah.
The Irishman?
No, that was the other one.
It was The Irishman, I think. And wasn't it like 3 hours or something silly? But that was made for Netflix, from what I understand, or made for streaming.
That's right. Maria was messaging me on Instagram. She said it was the first movie I've been able to watch all the way through in 10 months. I thought it was good. That's because she had a baby.
I love this from Jess. I liked it. I appreciated the fact that when they went abroad, the people who were supposed to be local actually spoke the right language and dialect, which they go at some point.
Well, I think she knows exactly where they went. She was not.
Well, I was going to explain it, but maybe I shouldn't. All right, you're right. What was the other one, Carla Marie, that you said?
I read it.
What was it?
Oh, Maria.
Oh, okay, this one.
So it comes out tomorrow on Amazon. Give it a watch.
You know what's crazy? When you kept saying it comes out January 12th.
I was thinking it was very far away.
I was like, oh, that's 2 weeks away. I didn't realize that is tomorrow.
I was thinking the same thing.
Man, January's kicked my ass.
And everyone will say this forever. January is the longest month of the world.
Not even that. I thought that I was going to come back from our vacation and just be like on it. It has been the complete opposite. Mm-hmm. I've made a mistake on the morning show podcast like every day, I think, this week. I feel like last week was fine. Maybe I was more on it, but like, I don't know. In the gym, I haven't felt it. I haven't felt like that energy. I've been fine and I've been consistent. I haven't missed a day yet. I did also realize that in the LA Fitness app, you can actually have like, not necessarily a year in review, but you can.
Oh, they don't do Spotify Wrapped at LA Fitness?
They should. Like my workout tracker app does it, which was pretty fun.
That's cool.
Although now I can't get to it. And I wanted to see, because it kept giving me my year in review, like the first week in December. And I was like, well, my year's not over. I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
And then it went away. Membership card? No, where was this? Let me find it real quick. Class schedule? No.
Anyway, January is the time.
Oh, my account. And then you go to check-ins and see, it has a little circle for every day that you've checked in.
I don't know if you can see that. 31st.
Where is it this way? I can't see it there either. It's too bright of a screen. But gives you a little circle. And I've gone every day this year.
It's cool.
Do you think I could go every single day of the year?
You're going to fail. And I'm not saying that in...
No, there's no way I would. Because there's going to be a day or something where I've got to travel back to Jersey, and it takes a whole day to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so January is the month to kind of like figure out what you want to do for the rest of the year.
I'm starting to agree with like the soft launch January.
I soft launch in December for the most part.
I think the soft launch January is like you're trying your new habits, your new resolutions. You're learning how to make it work within your life.
I mean, that's just starting.
And then February, because it's the shortest month too, you're like, I'm on it.
But not by much this year.
What do we got, 29 days this year?
I think that leap year is going to like really like get us all.
That extra day?
Yeah. We're going to be like, yeah.
I think what we should all do, what day of the year is the 29th? I'm really hoping it's a weekend.
It's a Thursday.
Damn it. It's a Thursday?
No. Yes, it's a Thursday.
It is a Thursday. That's silly. I was going to say, everyone, it should be a national holiday.
Right? It actually should be.
We weren't planning for this day.
Yeah, why do we have to work?
So let's just, everyone is like, no one's allowed to work at all. You're not allowed to get sick and go to the hospital. Hospitals will be closed. Right? You can't die. Morgues are closed. You can't do anything. You just have to relax and breathe.
I never thought about that.
And I think you shouldn't be able to travel either. I think you should have to stay home and just chill the F out. February 29th should be the chill the F out day globally.
I always think about people born on February 29th because I was born on a leap year 5 days after, and had a girl in my class who was born on February 29th. I never thought about people that died on February 29th. Because, like, their families don't really get, like, the next year.
Do you think if that day wasn't there, they wouldn't have died? Think about it. Maybe if we just didn't have that day, they'd be alive still.
Vanessa with one S has a February 29th birthday.
There you go. Jules agrees with me. Thank you, Jules.
I think it should be a holiday. Wouldn't that be such a nice thing to do?
And I'm talking everywhere across the globe. Like, if you're in a war, you're not allowed to war on the 29th. Everyone just has to chill out. No flights, nothing. You just sit and you breathe and you think. I guarantee you, the world would, like, everything would be solved, essentially, in that day. If everyone just sat down. You're not no tweeting, right? Like, Elon can't
Basically
go on
day of
a rant.
meditation.
Yeah, just a day of...
So I can't go on a hike.
If you could walk there, walk. You could go for a walk. You can do whatever you need to do. But, like, no home improvements. Home Depot's closed. Lowe's is closed. No home improvements that day.
But people that have kids are probably listening to you right now like, what the hell am I going to do with that?
Let your kids run around. It's like the opposite of the purge. Right? We're going to just have a chill day.
Like crime
no
night out?
No kidnapping.
Crime night out or whatever it's called?
Is it National Night Out? Right?
Yeah, like everyone
where
goes
the cops
outside,
go hang out with everyone.
No crime.
I don't know.
We used to do that.
But like, we got to talk to all the kidnappers. You're not allowed to kidnap kids.
Okay.
Right? You just, because that we can let our kids out.
If we talk to them, we should probably arrest them also.
Well, maybe they haven't kidnapped yet. You can't arrest them before they kidnap.
Megan said, I just did a leap year themed bridal shower for my friend. It turned out so cute. Little frogs everywhere.
Oh, for leaping? We'll call it National Frog Day. You just got to sit on your lily pad and shut up.
Well, I'm coming back from a lot of travel the day before that.
The 28th?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Hey, are we going to Utah?
Gotta figure that out.
Because we might do like a little mini meetup, right, in Utah if it works out.
A mini meetup?
Yeah, not with our content kittens.
Yeah. Ricky, Jake, Erica, and John.
Oh, John would be there too?
Yeah.
Wait, so, and Jake would go?
Well,
we're talking to everyone?
That was the plan.
Okay.
Ricky and her fiance are going to
Ugh,
so
gross.
So French are going to Utah
Ricky.
in March for his spring break. And Erica lives there.
Yes.
So we're pretty close, and there would be snowing and skiing involved.
There would be snowing.
So we were like, okay, maybe we can make this work. We do have Carnival of Cocktails the day that they're getting there, so we would leave the next day.
Okay.
Then Jake was like, I don't know, guys, like flights are a little crazy for me from Florida to Utah.
Yeah, Miami to Utah doesn't seem like a quick flight.
And Jake was in originally, and then says that, and then Erica's like, oh, I just decided to book a trip that weekend. We're like, Erica, we had a conversation 5 days ago about these dates.
Yeah, but we also didn't like lock anything in. That doesn't mean Erica can't plan trips.
But we're gonna be going to where she lives.
Well, maybe
so
she
we don't
won't
know
be there.
because then like we'd be missing a weekend. Like we would have to be there during the weekend. We're not gonna take off. We're gonna probably have to do the show from there. So there's a lot of things that need to fall into place because then the next week we travel to New Jersey for my niece's wedding.
When is that?
March 29th.
Okay.
Well, the wedding is the 29th. So
there's a lot going on.
These first 3 months of the year, actually 3 months and then first week of April.
Wow, what's the first week of April?
You're one of your best friend's weddings.
Yeah, what do you have to do? Show up?
We're going to be in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So
you're already there. It's not any extra work.
I'm gone for 8 days at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be in Jersey for my niece's bridal shower and niece's first birthday. 2 different nieces, by the way.
I hope so.
Then my niece's bachelorette party, end of February. Then the wedding, end of March. And then I'm not traveling for the rest of the year.
Even though you said at the end of last year you want to travel more this year.
I don't remember saying that.
You did. So one of the
I want to travel to places other than New Jersey.
Yes, I think that is the key. You know, I don't think I ever fully appreciated growing up my family members who didn't live in New Jersey that had to travel to Jersey for the holidays. And there weren't many of them, but like my cousins in Michigan were always in New Jersey. What?
Sweeties by V literally just said, I'm flying to Michigan next Friday to see if I should move there.
Michigan? I love Michigan.
From LA area?
I mean, I love LA more. Depends on where you are in Michigan.
Okay, sorry.
But there's a lot of beautiful places out there. And even Detroit, as bad of a reputation as Detroit has, there are some really cool parts of the city of Detroit. Greektown is really cool. But anyway, my family from Michigan used to come to Jersey all the time for holidays. And then my cousins moved elsewhere. They'd always come back to Jersey for the holidays. And it wasn't until I moved that I realized how many days you lose of outside travel when you have to travel somewhere else for the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think my family fully comprehends that, right? Because like my parents will go to Aruba all the time. They'll say, oh, well, why don't you come to Aruba with us? I'm like, well, because I was just in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And I need to go back to my home to do home things. There's 4 cats, there's work, there's all of my stuff, which I'm trying to get rid of literally everything.
We're actually doing pretty good.
My goal by the end of the year is to fit basically everything I need outside of furniture into one big suitcase.
Okay, that's insane.
I know.
So I did the math for weddings in New Jersey and the 2 weeks that we normally go back over Christmas. And we will spend more than 5 weeks in New Jersey this year. That's more than a month.
Yeah. Which is great because we get to see all the people that we like.
And we'll be working during all of that except for the 2 that are the last week of the year.
Yeah.
So it's not a vacation by any means.
Fred said, we'd drive to Tarrytown, which is in New York, every 2 years so we could spend time with my mom's side of the family. They came to Ohio maybe twice. I will say, though, we did go to Michigan very often growing up. I went to Montreal very often growing up. My parents, I give them a lot of credit. 3 kids, not a ton of money, run their own business, and they still managed to get us around the country to see our family really often. Now that I'm an adult and realizing how much time we spent going up to Montreal, going to Michigan, and we would drive. I don't think up until I was an adult, up until I moved here, I don't think I ever flew to Michigan.
That's crazy.
And that's a 13-hour drive, 12 to 13-hour drive from New Jersey if there's no traffic. Montreal from New Jersey is about 6 hours on average. And then we'd even come out to California every now and then. Not as often as the places we can drive. No, we would fly there. But I remember like 2 or 3 trips as a kid going to California. And
yeah, we certainly did not do that.
I now appreciate it so much more because I had cousins around my age in all of the places that we went. And I wouldn't have the relationship I have with so many of my cousins if my parents didn't make it an effort, make a real concerted effort to make those trips, which was not easy for them.
My family was all in one spot.
Yeah.
So our trips were deciding for the summer if we wanted to go to Wildwood or Seaside.
Which is cool. You also didn't have as big of a family in terms of extended family as I did.
No. There was the summer we went to Maryland, and that was like,
what was in Maryland?
We did Ocean City. Big thing out of everyone's comfort zone. Hated it.
Why?
We never went back.
What was so bad about Maryland?
It just wasn't the same as Wildwood.
Well, yeah.
It wasn't enough to do for the kids, us.
Well, yeah, isn't Ocean City, that's more for like bachelor parties and bachelorette parties go there, right?
I mean, they didn't really have bachelor parties in the 90s.
Isn't that's where Secrets is? Is that the place? Is it Secrets? It's a place where I feel like everyone's waiting in a little bit of water, and it's a bar. I've seen a bunch of people go there, right? Yeah, Secrets. Thank you.
I don't know.
John, you out. Appreciate you. You've never seen this place? I'm gonna show Carla Marie on our screen. I wish I could.
Who just said also known as Ocean Shitty?
Secrets, Ocean City, Maryland.
Yeah, we didn't go here. I was like 8.
Well, no, it's...
Everyone's waiting in a little bit of water. Right there. It had water.
Where?
Go up.
Yeah, but I feel like they built bars into... Yeah, here we go. So there you go. I wish I could share this picture with everyone on the screen, but it's not working.
I'm going to be honest with you. After going to Aruba, and then you look at that water, you're like, not a chance am I going in that.
Yeah, the Aruban water is...
Arubian?
Arubian? Yeah, Arubian.
But it's not... It's...
Aruban.
What sea was that?
We were in the Caribbean. We were in the lower part of the Caribbean. Apparently, Secrets is not an ocean club in Tampa. It is a strip club.
Makes sense.
In the Tampa area. Secrets does sound like it should only be a strip club.
Right.
Like, why would you call just a regular beach bar Secrets? What kind of secrets you hold in there? You little beach. Let's see. I went to Ocean City all the time as a kid. What else do we have here, Morgan?
I think, back to what you were saying about traveling for the holidays and family not understanding it, I think we should get both of our families to come to Seattle for Christmas next year.
Yeah, that won't happen.
Never. And I couldn't get a single person.
There's also too many people that go to my parents' house
They all got to come here.
There's like
We'll
40 people.
Yeah, we'll have like.
Where are they going to stay?
Well, it's hotels. I'll
Good
build
luck.
them little styrofoam condos.
They're all going to stay in igloos. And not an actual ice igloo. I'm talking about
They're
the
going
cooler.
to stay on hay just like baby Jesus. If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for our families.
Oh, man. It is time for us to get out of here.
Oh,
Oh,
you asked me a question and then stole the show. Tomorrow, what am I doing?
oh, yeah.
And we have one more thing we need to do, so remind me that.
Well, I asked you the question, and you're like, oh, I got to do research. And
Well,
you
it's
stopped
sold
talking.
out, so you can't come.
Oh, so what is it?
Seahawks Field Day. So I guess at Lumen Field, we're getting new turf. So before that, we said,
New turf, new coach.
let's wreck it. Not actually, but people are going to be allowed to stomp around the field, which isn't the norm.
Can I cut up a piece and take it?
Maybe. There will be a field painting part, so you'll get to go and like see what it's like to paint on the turf.
Oh, like to put like the line markers down. And
Line markers, the logo,
that's
all
cool.
that. There will be the Seahawks dancers. There's going to be, I believe there's like a pro shop set up. I know some Seahawks legends will be there signing
Cool.
some autographs, maybe some players. And there's like a lot of different like stations to do on the field. And I will be there on the mic with my co-host Andre.
There you go.
Not Anthony. Many people who like don't know us as well but remember us from the radio.
Yeah.
I'll get DMs that like they haven't DM'd me in forever or ever.
Mhm.
And they'll be like, oh my God, so great seeing you and Anthony at the game today. And it's like a photo of Andre and I. And I get it because
We
the
have
name,
similar characteristics, I think.
and you just like, if you don't really know us or you just knew us from the radio, you're
Yeah.
going to assume it's Carla Marie and Andre.
Well, it's also he's got dark hair, olive skin. I have dark hair, olive skin. He's much more professional and clean looking than I am.
I could agree with that.
He looks like whatever he does in life, he's a professional.
He's a good dude.
You know,
He's
he's a very nice guy.
He's very like chill, normal person.
Well, it is time for us to get out of
Oh,
here.
I told you there was one more
Nope,
thing.
never
we had
mind.
to
It's
do.
not time for us to get out of here.
Martha's birthday is Saturday.
Hey! Why'd you open the door? Oh, Pierre's going to steal something in here.
I was trying to get a
All right, it is time for us to get out of here. Carla Marie,
what?
please say goodbye to
Well, we
everyone.
don't get to show cats, so I was going to show a dog.
We're out of here. Later.